Snow is falling down on this glorious land. Colors fading, turning into white again. To fallen heroes, angels sing. They cry their winter tears. Endless morning days will turn to years. So this is goodbye. I take leave of you and spread your wings, and you will fly away now. Fly away now. Nothing on earth stays forever, but none of your deeds were in vain. Deep in our hearts you will live again. You're gone to the home of the brave.
Good morning, and glory to the brave. That is not only my greeting, but it is also my song title for this morning. Glory to the Brave by Hammerfall. Allow me to open the morning news with congratulations. Every major counterattack has been foiled, and our enemies are on the back foot with all major order victory conditions satisfied. You are all owed a pretzel or some other comfort food-related treat. Go to a local convenience store if you must. We were tasked roughly a week ago with liberating Classa, Zethia, Mentoria, and Hellmire, and all 4 planets remain safely nestled in Super Earth's democratic embrace. Well done, Helldivers. Though, that is no reason at all to relax. I am certain that we will be tasked with another major order before too much longer. Aside from that, Demiurg and Seyshel Beach remain eternally mired in the fog of war, though Seyshel has received some badly needed reinforcements along with DSS logistical support, much to the native Calamari's displeasure. This never was your plan, Squidward. You were just keeping the chair warm for us. And now we move on to a little bit of community news, started with the good. Recently, the Chaos Divers launched a GoFundMe on behalf of an ally of theirs, the Ghosts of Lesath, whose server owner was going through a bit of a tough time, nearing homelessness, which is something that should not happen in any first world country ever. Seriously, there is no excuse for this kind of thing. But this is not so much a call to action as it is congratulations and commendation, because they smashed their original $3,000 goal, and the last time that I looked at it, it was nearing 4,600. So, what was that you said about the Freedom Alliance, Chaos Dorks? So indoctrinated on virtues of heroism that we raise ridiculous amounts of money for real-life charities? Well, look who's being heroic now. Keep this up and we might need to call you good guys. I really do have to give them credit. The CDs annihilated their goal before I ever had a chance to contribute to it or promote it. Well done, noble edgelords. That was well handled. Unfortunately, now I need to move on to the bad news. Last night, during a dive on the Western Front, Purge, the leader of the 568th Atlan Corps, lost his life, and while I do not have an official medical explanation, after listening to the reports of his comrades, I have a reasonably good idea of what happened, enough to issue this dire warning to the rest of the Liberation Fleet. Certain automaton weapons like War Strider lasers in their grenade rain attack, as well as the destruction of bolt fabricators, produce flashing red lights several times per second. For photosensitive players, that can be very dangerous, especially given the way that War Strider grenades are spread out and how large bolt fabricators are. That makes it very hard to look away in time. Now, I've already done my part and mentioned this to Arrowhead, who says that they will take my findings and send them up the chain. They are doing due diligence on their part, but in the meantime, there are some things that epileptic players can do to protect themselves. To start, bloom, motion blur, film grain. Turn these settings off. They can intensify flashes. Also, lower brightness or gamma. If you're running high definition resolution, HDR, consider turning that off. If you're playing on PC, play in windowed mode to cut down on the full screen impact of flashes. Play in a well-lit room and keep some distance from the screen. The NVIDIA control panel and AMD Radeon drivers allow for tuning brightness, contrast and gamma per game, so you can fine-tune your visuals to soften the red hues of dangerous flashes. Flashing lights of any variety is bad, but red flashes are by far the worst for epileptic players. And more than anything else, take breaks. Fatigue lowers your defenses and makes the effect of these visuals all the greater. Just walk around your house a little bit. Get a cup of liberty, something that takes you away from the screen. Lastly, there is a mod on the Nexus by Wolfmian that removes the flash effect from some automaton explosions. Everything helps. Link is in the description below on my YouTube channel. Oh, and don't stare directly into the barrel of a Automaton War Strider's fusion laser. I know that last one sounds like common sense, but these mechanical nightmares are seeking to take more than your Helldiver's life in a video game. It should also be mentioned that care should be taken, even if you have never demonstrated any past history of epilepsy. Some people only discover the vulnerability after their first seizure, and for some, that first seizure is also going to be your last. On behalf of the Freedom Alliance, I would wish to extend my most heartfelt condolences for the 568th loss. And I will try to do everything in my power to ensure that this kind of thing never happens again. Really, once is far too much. I had foreseen the danger of War Striders and the threat that they could pose to epileptic Helldivers, and have commented on such in past broadcasts, but I had no idea that the consequences could be lethal. It is my personal opinion that War Striders should be pulled from the game immediately, pending a complete graphical retooling. One should never need to fear for their own health and safety when playing a video game. But that is only my opinion. I'm sorry, I do not handle real death well. It bothers me, you know? This is not okay. But let me try to get myself back together and get things back on track. Because new information on a major order just crossed my desk and we still have a job to do, you know? Normally I would read you the memo from the MOT, but I figure it would be better to explain this to you all in my own words. Now that we have the habitat technology firmly in paw, plans are moving forward to seize control of the Hive World Oshaune and plant further trauma-related nightmares in yet another generation of Helldiver cadet. In order to do this, High Command has approved a number of improvements to the DSS, such as a quintuple coating of spore-resistant polymers, crew ride, spore quarantine protocol, and atmospheric autoclave. I don't even know what that means. This will all serve to allow the DSS to follow us into the gloom during our next expedition, and I am nursing some ideas on how to accomplish the required mission objectives within the tunnels next time that we are deployed there. To that end, Super Earth engineers have designated the planet of Carlia with the Illuminate Death Frontier for liberation. It possesses some unusual planet-wide quirky shenanigans that allows for polymers to be aerosolized for spray application. So, where the heck is Carlia? Oh, it's just south of Alarath in the Omega sector, down the street between the Shadow Realm and the Chick-fil-A. This next major order will last 7 whole days, concluding September 30th, 10 a.m., Super Earth Eastern Standard Democratic Time, and requires us to hold Alarath, Hydrobius, Carlia, Hellmire, and that Chick-fil-A that I mentioned by deadline's end. We're going to require fried chicken sandwich rations within the gloom. I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot. But it is not the first time that I have sorted out hurt feelings and depressions through shattered and limited egos. I need to carve out a fairly large section of the Death Frontier and see it cleansed of the undead scourge. I'm thinking stalwart and eats for this campaign. That's been Liberty's latest with me, Pandora the Radio Angel. Look after yourselves, Helldivers. Stay hydrated, mind your health, at least consider some of the steps that I mentioned today. I don't want to lose any more of you. Even if I have never met you, even if I don't know your name, you're precious to me. You wear the cape and protect our people and our planet. And that's enough for me to call you family. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for purge. No diver left behind.